Today I'm going to show you how to change the model textures in Galaxy, much like the screen here. The software we're going to need for this is Camera, Cookie, and Affinity Photo. So for this example, I'm going to change Tenma's hair colour to his Arthur Mixie Maxie's colour. So first and foremost, what we are going to do is you dump the ROM FS. Once dumped, we can take the IE6_B. On our desktop here, we're going to make a new folder and we're going to call it Custom Model Textures. To make things nice and simple. We'll drag our IE6_B inside that. And we can get rid of all of that. We don't need that. Okay. So let's open the IE6_B. Okay, once open, we'll go inside data, inside character, model, and we'll do Waza for now. I'll show you how to do RPG in a second. So we want to go to face. Face is the important part here. And first, we're going to need to find Tenma's character ID. A simple and quick way to do this is if we go out of the character folder now and go into image, and then into, I think it's bust up. Yes, into bust up, and you can see there's a face folder here. If we extract face from bust up, and we'll put it inside custom model textures here. We want to extract face. The reason we want to do that is because this, inside this folder here, and then we'll just take out all of this. If I can find my... I really need to have a better naming scheme here. Where's my custom models textures? There we go. And inside face. Perfect. The reason we want to do this is that we are essentially getting PNGs of all of the character faces by their character ID. So if we go into the large view here, you can see that we have, well, these are all the scripted people. So if we go down, there we go. Starts at Sam here. They all have their character IDs and they're all in PNG. So that's nice. It's a nice and simple way of getting like their character IDs sorted, and well, we can look at them at face value. So Tenma's ID here is 08. So with that useful knowledge, we can go back into character, model, Waza, face, and let's take his folder here, number 8. Let's extract that and save it in there. Okay, minimize this to now. Inside our folder, we want to open up the new Tenma's folder here, and then we can have a little look. If you're not too sure, always right click and edit in cookie. If nothing shows up, if you're getting an error message, that is because you don't have your Camera folder on the desktop. Once you put it in the desktop, everything will be fine. Don't ask me why that happens, no idea. But once you figure that out, it's God's work. Okay, so this looks like his texture here. I see obviously his hair and an ear. You'll have to see it, and then we can look at his there's the eyes and mouth and whatnot. And then there's the stuff here. The reason it's blue, black, and all of this good stuff is to combat the Mixie Max values. I'm pretty certain is the reason they've done that. So we want this image. So what we're going to do is extract the number 1 here. Reason we want 1 is because there's a little bit of texture pixels up at the left hand corner. We like that. So we've got our PNG and we can just open up Affinity Photo with this. So now that we've got Affinity Photo open, one thing to note is that there's a lot of hair here. So what we're going to do is zoom up right up here, and you're going to see that there's a lot of pixels here. They're different colors, and yeah, they kind of stick out more than the red stuff here. So I have this diagram here, and this diagram comes from Discord user Milozaki. They provided me with, they showed me this image here, and it makes a lot of things clearer. So they're numbered, and they have the numbers mean different things, obviously. So 1 is hair color, 2 is eye color, 3 is shading. So you see that dark red is kind of the same as the red here. That's because that is shading. 4 is skin color, and 5 and 6 you do not touch. We leave them alone. We don't know what they are exactly. They seem to be the same pixels each time, but we don't touch them at all. I think, now this is what I think. Do not take this as factual. I think this is eye color and the skin color for the Miximax here, because that is, it's the same kind of like shades and whatnot. But again, do not take that as fact. That's just what I think. So now that we've got hair color, eye color, and skin color is what we want to focus on. Not too much with this example, but these are the main three you will be changing. So it's just this little L shape, or R shape rather, here. So now that we've got that kind of covered, one thing I also want to point out is that, as you can probably tell, Tenma's hair color is not this shade here. It's a bit different, same with its eye color. Reason for that is that the game engine itself uses different shading techniques in game. So when the engine runs that, it changes from this color. I think it's to do with the Miximax, in all honesty, because you can't have it on the red. You need to change the shade a little bit. So we've actually found out a way around that, and how we've found it out is with another diagram. We've got two diagrams here, right? So this image comes from user Falco from the Inazuma 11 community Discord. Special thanks to them for this beautiful diagram here. It looks really confusing at first, but don't worry, I'll try and explain it the best I can. So there's two different theories here, and this is really important. So we're actually going to need to open up the game to... Well, I'll mute it real quick to avoid copyright lawsuits. We need to open the game up for this theory to work. So how it works is we're going to compare in the in-game textures to the textures we have already in. So we're comparing the in-game textures to these textures. So let me open up, let me go back onto the game, and we'll find normal Tenma, not Arthur Tenma. I'm pretty certain he's nearby. So we can see this diagram here. These are pointing to the colours of what the colours are referring to. So this is the actual like pixels. So these are the pixels here in this case. So they're pointing to, this is the hair colour, this is the eye colour, and that is the skin colour, obviously. So they took this here as something like, they'd probably done something like this. Right, and then they say, oh, okay, so this is, if the in-game colours are, it's always a lighter, all of them are lighter, right? So if they are all lighter, we set the lighter colour over the dark colour. Then we'll do a technique called divide. I'll show you how to do that in a second, but we do divide, and then we get a replacement colour. I'll explain where we're getting that in a second. And then we divide again, and we get our new colour. Now, if the textures are darker, it's kind of the same process, only we multiply instead of divide. That will be confusing, but see, hopefully when I do the practice, it will be a bit more clearer. So I'm going to get my file back up here. I'm going to cut. Oh, maybe not. Is there a way I can pin this? Oh, I've got an idea. You know what? I'm going to snip tool this, and it can't escape me. Okay, we'll take his face, we'll copy it, and then put it in Affinity Photo. There we go, easy. So this is the in-game textures here. So I'm going to take Tenma's hair. Here will be fine. So we've got that, that's his colour. Now, a good thing to know is I'm just going to go ahead and XV. Yeah, I think it's only his hair colour, but if you were doing multiple, then you would cut them all out. That way, you've got them all in individual layers. Really important if you are editing, make sure they're in separate layers. You can even rename them just so you're not confused. So we've got hair here, we've got eyes here, and then we've got skin here. Just so you know, just make sure you're not confusing yourself here. So I've got my color drop here. So what I'm going to do, get my marquee select tool, highlight the hair. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to drag them up so make sure it's over it, and I'm going to fill it with Tenma's hair. Okay. So we can compare the two. My texture is darker than the in-game texture is darker than the pixels here. So what I'm going to do is refer back to here. If the colors are darker, we divide and then we multiply. Okay. So what I'm going to do is there's you know how when you apply, say, like in Photoshop, I know if you apply like an outer glow or something, you get this blend mode here, and it comes up with all these different options. Those options are what we're going to be doing here. So you can do them with layers as well. I know in Photoshop you can definitely do them in on layers. So we want the divide option here. So usually in the layers option, it will be next to opacity. It will be here called normal. It's a drop down box, and we can have a little look down here. So we can see divide there. We'll divide. Now it's looking a bit white. That's fine. What I'm going to do now is get my replacement color. You're probably wondering what we're doing with replacement color. The replacement color is obviously the color you're going to replace the original with. In our case, Arthur Tenma. So what I'm going to do is again take a snapshot of Tenma's massive head, and we'll put it in here, and then we'll get color drop that. Then on another new layer, we will make I've still got it set. We'll make the new. So this is the new color, and we multiply with that. Now, straight away, I can already tell that doesn't look correct. So what happens if I divide? Again, it just sticks to it. Okay, so it looks okay. This is a lot of trial and error. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is trial and error. My best advice, if it doesn't go this 9 times out of 10, right, your attempts won't be perfect first go. And that's okay. It's just a matter of tinkering with the colours and with the techniques as much as you can. My example I showed at the start of the video, the one with Fubike, this example here, the original and my attempt. My first attempt, I'm going to show you my first attempt here. I'll put it in the Affinity Photo. My first attempt was this. This was, I was going for his origin look, obviously, with his hair colour being a slightly more darkened version of his original. And this is the first attempt. So obviously nothing will be perfect, and that's okay. As you can see, I've changed it now and it looks fine. But you'll need to tinker with it, and trial and error is key to this. But we'll just, for now, we'll say he is done. So what we're going to do is save our file. Oh, that's a kit you shouldn't be seeing. Spoilers. Oh well. What can you do? And we'll save it in our custom model texture, and we'll save it under the new one here. Okay, so we've done that. Again, we will grab this, drag it in, save. Perfect. And then I'm actually going to make a backup of this because I will be changing this later on. So we'll replace Tenma's one file, sorted, done. Now we can go back into Karameru, replace CP with CP that. And happy days, we have saved that. So I'm actually going to stop this. And then we'll see how this looks in game. That took way too long for me to figure out what was wrong, but I figured it out now, and let's have a look to see if Tenma has got his hair colour changed. And look at that, he does. He looks like the mixing match between Tsurugi and himself. He looks like the perfect match between them. But obviously, if we wanted the actual like brightness of the what you call it, the actual like the right color, I would say we would need to go with Tenma. If you look at his shading, the shading looks like the right color for his base hair. So I think we should have went with the shading first, like the shading kind of color. I'm getting a bit confusing. Yeah, I'm confusing my own self here. But what I mean is, if we go for, say, if we do like the bright patch here, like that bright patch there, and replace where's Tenma? If we replace the bright patch here, then I think we've got and just do the same old divide then multiply thing there. I think we would have had it pretty much perfect, but that's all I can really do. That's all I would really change. A lot of it is, again, as I keep mentioning, but it is, you know, it's as simple as just like redoing it and tinkering with it. I also changed Fubiki's hair color as well to the same color because I was freaking out because I thought I was doing something wrong. So here's Fubiki's new hair color as well, just to show that it does work on anyone, and just more examples essentially. But that will do for this video. Sorry it took sorry I was kind of rambling, and if nothing makes sense, I will be able to help you. Sorry it was more rambly and just all over the place. I don't know, it's a confusing concept to cover, but it's a simple process. I'm just really bad at explaining it in a way. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying my best to come up with tutorials and whatnot and doing all that good stuff. And I actually have a sneak preview of my upcoming mod, so I'll be playing that at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions about this texture modding, please let me know in the comments or on my Discord. My Discord username is in the description, so if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up there. I will do my best to respond to any messages there. But with that said, enjoy this little preview. Big Bang! ご精神タイタニアス魔人